The following podcast is not real, but it is really part of the Earwolf Podcast Network. Earwolf, there are wolves in your ears. You know why. And it continues to be sponsored by a mysterious unnamed company that asks listeners to send candy and other weird stuff to Cards Against Humanity, 1917 North Elston, Chicago, Illinois, 60642. Care of ARNIE NIEKAMP, Vermilion Minotaur, Town of Hogsface, Land of Foon. Who is this sponsor? I'll figure it out. This is like my own personal Da Vinci Code.
Hello from the Magic Tavern, a weekly podcast from the magical land of Foon. I'm your host, ARNIE NIEKAMP. If you've never listened to the podcast before, this is what's going on. About a year and, over a month ago, I fell through a dimension.
That's the most flippant you've ever been about the time. You're usually a real stickler about that.
I think it's a year and 6 or 7 weeks. It's over a year and a month. Anyway, over a year and a month ago, I fell through a dimensional portal behind a Burger King into the fantastical land of Foon. Luckily, I'm still getting a slight Wi-Fi signal from the Burger King that I use to upload a podcast I record every week here in the Tavern, the Vermilion Minotaur, in the town of Hogsface, in the land of Foon. And I'm joined, as always, by my co-hosts.
I am Usador, wizard of the 12th realm of Ephesius, master of light and shadow, manipulator of magical lights, devourer of chaos, champion of the great halls of Tarakas. The elves know me as Fiang Yag, the dwarves know me as Zonin Huxtanges, and I am known in the northeast as Gaswanius Maystar, and there may be other secret names you do not know yet.
Are you all right?
I'm fine. Yes, of course I'm fine.
You seem really upset. You seem sad.
Why? What do you mean?
On the verge of tears.
No, I'm fine.
Usador, this is a safe place. What's going on?
I'm worried about my friend Chunt.
Yeah. You mean Badger Me Fingies?
Badger Me Fingies, yes.
Oh, yeah, rabies.
And also my co-host Chunt, the Talking Badger, who is really a shapeshifter. Mm-hmm. I'm a little worried about you as well.
Thank you. I mean, I think Usador shows it a little bit more, but I believe you. I do believe you.
I show it. I don't get emotional about it, but I've been actively trying to reverse this curse that is going to kill you in a couple of months. I've collected a cape as red as blood.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I spent the entire week sketching runes into this talisman. Put this talisman around my neck and see if it does help thee.
Let me...
How do you feel?
Put this on, and I feel satiated.
Yes.
It feels like I just ate a full meal.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Those might have been food runes and not poison runes.
I'm going to make a quick food rune. Anybody want anything?
Yes, I'd love some rooster's feet and some spiced potatoes and a ham's leg.
A ham's leg?
A ham's leg.
What is a ham?
I'll be right back. I'm going to put it in order.
Okay, well, Usador.
A ham's a part of a pig.
No, but a ham's leg?
And then when you cut the pig up into parts, there's a ham. It's part of it. And then if it grows a leg, it's very rare, but it happens. If the ham grows a leg, you just cut it off and eat it.
All right, I'm back.
Now, I wanted to have a private conversation with you, Usador, but you wasted that entire time that Chunt was away from the table talking about
answering your question.
Fair enough.
Oh, wait, I forgot to put in the ham leg. 1 second.
Okay, so Usador, I'm really worried about Chunt.
Yeah, I am worried about him too.
It's been at least a month and a half.
I'm worried in general. I'm worried.
You're rocking a lot.
I'm worried. Aren't you worried?
I am very worried. Like I'll be honest. At first, I thought that this was a prank, right? That Chunt was just like pretending he was cursed and was going to die, and it was a way for him to get me.
He's going to die. We're all going to die.
He's not going to die.
We're all going to die in here.
Well, first of all, we're not all going to die because it's a curse on just Chunt.
Oh, right.
But that's still serious.
Yes, that's why I spent all of my waking hours trying to think of ways to reverse this curse. And it has even put off my quest against the Dark Lord, but the Dark Lord is still a danger. Don't think
I know. I put off my quest to get the Lunar Sword, but
it's not much of a quest. But we must do whatever we can to help him.
Well, I have a cape as red as blood. I still need to get A cow as white as milk, a cape as red as gold.
No,
God
we already
damn.
messed it up.
Did you guys hear that scream? It sounded like it came from the circus.
What?
Right when you guys stopped singing, I heard a scream from
Oh,
the circus.
no, that's right. Every time someone stops singing.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Hey, can I, and P.S., I'm not going to eat anything because I am stuffed, but the food should be here shortly. But I wanted to share some kind of, I guess, big news with you guys.
Uh-huh.
I've been asked by the Badgers in Hogsface if I would like to be the Badger King. So they've invited me to be Badger King.
Whoa.
Well, congratulations.
You're going to be king of the Badgers?
Thank you. I haven't accepted yet, but I mean, they know that I'm going to be dead in 3 months or so-ish, or 2 months,
Yeah.
whatever that is. But
Not if I have anything to do with it.
thank you, Usador. Thank you. And you, I mean, there's some bags under your eyes, but
Yes, well.
they want to make me king because they know I'm the most powerful creature that's ever been in the shape of a badger. They know I do a lot of positive, badger work, and it comes
What
with
is
a lot
some
of
of the
perks.
positive badger work that you do?
I've just, I've been really friendly. I've been helping out anytime I see a badger.
You've been really friendly? Mm-hmm. To who?
to everyone.
Everyone loves Chunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But I've helped if I see somebody trying to dig a burrow, I help out. Or
Oh, okay.
whatever, if people need honey or whatever people need.
Yeah.
And the king job position would come with some perks.
What
Such
would-
as?
Whenever I get health potions, there would be a copay.
Oh, yeah.
And in Foon, copay stands for could you pay for that? And then I also get 401 cakes.
401 cakes. That's a
I
great
get
perk.
401
Yeah.
cake.
Wow, so you're thinking about taking on the job of being a Badger King.
Yeah, I get a corner burrow.
Wow, a corner burrow so you can see all the dirt. Mm-hmm. That's fantastic.
Yeah, so I think
Congratulations.
thank you so much. And I think if I do accept it, which I'm leaning towards, I would get to choose 2 Knights in Badger Service. And if you two would like to be my Knights in Badger Service, I would appreciate that.
I would happily serve you, King Chunt, as a Badger Knight of the Badger realm of Badger folk.
And I would say I would have to, and I don't know if this is a deal breaker, you would have to wear a red robe. Just while you're in service, and then it's kind of a red Badger of Courage thing. It's like this.
Well, I don't know. Yes, I think we can work that out.
Great.
Yeah.
Arnie,
What would I have to do?
you just have to, anytime the
Die and fight for the Badgers.
time the Badgers are in trouble, you'd have to die and fight for them. In that
I
order.
don't know. Can I think about it? I'll think about it.
Nope.
Okay, then I'm
I'll
going
ask-
to pass.
No, you can think about it.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
I love you. I love you guys.
I love you too,
Oh, we
buddy.
love you, Choo
I love
Choo.
you, Choo Choo. You're going to be all right. We're gonna solve this thing. But all right, let's pull ourselves together, guys. Whew. All right, let's not be too heavy. Let's be light. This is our time to enjoy each other's company this week. And let's talk to our guest. We're joined by Dr. Mark Ward.
All right, so this is when I speak to you now?
Yeah, Dr. Mark Ward. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Dr. Mark. Doctor, can I call you Mark or should I call you Dr. Ward?
Dr. Ward, I think, would be best
Great.
for us for the
Okay,
relationship we have.
Dr.
So,
Ward.
Well, as you sometimes remember, I am the Director of Clinical Psychology here at the Institute. And I've been...
And what does that mean in Foon?
I'm not sure I can tell you what it means in Foon. What I know is that you have been living in this Foon world, as you've described it, for well over a year now, and I've been overseeing your case for most of that time.
Great.
Clinical psychology.
Yeah.
And so we're working very hard. Me and my team. We've been. It's a particularly challenging case, and we've been looking to provide you with the help that you need.
So what are you? Are you like an elf or a dwarf? Or like a tree person?
I'm a graduate of Cornell. Mm-hmm. And
It's so crazy how so many things on Foon sound like Earth things.
Yes,
like
there are many parallels between what happens on Earth and what happens in Foon. I don't know if we've ever talked about that.
I don't think we ever have. Cornell.
I feel like we often have to go through this where I explain this to you and then you remember and then you forget, and it's like it's tabula rasa. A little over a year ago, you were found wandering around the back of a Burger King in Chicago, very aimless and just screaming, "There are other worlds." And that's when you came to the Belleroth Institute, and we've been trying to help you ever since then to maybe reconnect with the world as we know it. So,
Aye, but the world shall not be as we know it if the Dark Lord is allowed to cast his evil dispersions all over the land and destroy everything that we love. Arnold, now is the time you must join me in my quest.
Usador, I'm not going to join you.
No, it's more imperative than ever that you join.
Okay, Usador, I'm going to join your quest after we figure out
Arnold,
what to do about
maybe we can stick
It's
to
Arnie.
the one-on-one
It's Arnie,
here.
actually. I'm sorry, it's Arnie.
I go off the file. I want to stick to the one-on-one here if I can. I've agreed to participate in your podcast. And so I just want to stay focused on us.
Oh, no, of course.
Okay.
You're the guest. I want to interview you, obviously.
we can certainly talk about your friends.
Yeah,
your
well, I mean,
colleagues,
let's
if
just
you
not be
want.
rude like Usador and Chunt are here. Like, I don't want...
Arnold, I want to stay focused on us. You, me, and Choo Choo.
Yeah, I only have 2 or 3 months to live. Let's talk about that. Let's talk to each other.
Look, I was hoping that this new approach was going to be a direct intervention, might sort of jar your senses and reconnect you from this psychic break that you've had. I've talked with your wife extensively, and she's willing to try what is ever necessary to get you back.
Sarah?
Arnie, look, I'm juggling potatoes. Woo!
Whoa, no,
Yeah.
wait, Sarah, my wife?
Of course.
You know my wife? You've been talking to my wife?
For almost a year now, we've. I didn't want to have to talk about this, but I'll remind you that there was a point several months ago where you were really getting better, and we felt like you could actually engage with Sarah one-on-one, and this was probably a bad decision on my part, but that even involved we allowed you a conjugal visit, and unfortunately, you came out of that, and
Memory Gremlin, remember that?
It was really awful. You
had sex
screamed
with
at her. You said she was false, and then you just started yelling, "Smash mouth, smash mouth!" And I said, "We've got to get him away from her. He's going to do her real harm." You've been very erratic, and I was really hoping that by engaging with you in the universe that you've created, that maybe we'd actually be able to reach out.
But we're not in the universe that I created.
Somebody once told me that you were destined to join my quest.
You know, I've heard a lot about this world, this sword and sorcery world that you occupy, and no, it doesn't. It's not the real world, Arnie. This is the real world here at the Institute.
This is... Whoa! I am not in... This is not my chair at the Vermilion Minotaur.
No, this is the common room.
Wait, where... I'm just in... This is just like a weird, boring room.
Well, we try to keep it as calm as possible, but I'm glad you're seeing it. I'm glad
Wait, am I somehow back on Earth right now?
you have been on Earth.
I am Usador, Wizard of the 12th Realm of Theseus, Master of Light and Shadow, Manipulator
we
of
certainly have
Magical Lights,
attempted
Devourer of
to...
Chaos, Champion of the Great
Whoa,
Halls of
Usador! What is...
The elves know me as Fiangyarth, the dwarves know me as Zorin Uxtangis, and I'm known in the northeast as Gasmini Smaystar, and there may be other secret names you don't know yet.
Usador, you're not in your robes.
Knock, knock. Ding dong. Sorry, I'm going to come in here. Hi, Arnie.
Hey?
Hey, it's Chris. My name is Chris Hunt, and I'm here to give you
Wait,
your...
Who's this guy?
Chris, we're actually making some progress here. I want to stay on a...
Don't call me just Chris. Hunt, please.
I'm sorry.
Let me go ahead and give you your suppositories. I have 2 suppositories for you.
You know what?
Hold on.
We're actually making some great progress here. I don't want to wreck this. Let's do this.
I told you we need to up the dosage to 2 suppositories.
And
One suppository is not doing it.
We're having a breakthrough here. Look, just go get a couple tapioca puddings and a couple Foons, and let's just come back and let's just focus.
Yeah, it's a fork and
a spoon. It's a combination. I mean, we can't give you real silverware in here. Of course.
I can take
I mean,
2
after the
suppositories.
incident, you know,
It should be a sport.
Have you met John? Have you met the other patient here, John?
John?
I can take your 2 suppositories. I have 2 bottles.
That's not true.
Yeah, and that's I really didn't want to get into that, but that's been a real key to your psychotic nature, is this deep obsession with orifices, and it's a deep concern.
Well, I mean, that's not me. I'm not obsessed with buttholes and stuff. Like, it's Usador.
It's 50% of what we hear you talk about here at the clinic.
50%. I mean, maybe at the beginning. I think I kind of phased out the butthole talk over time.
To be fair, I brought it up once.
Yeah.
And then it became a thing.
God, John, come here, please. John, how
Yes?
did you get bird shit all over your clothes?
I love birds.
Oh, God. I'm going to go wash these real quick.
Can I have some soup?
Wait, Chris Hunt, you have a very friendly face. You just kind of remind me of somebody
Okay.
I used to know. This is going to sound
Oh,
like
is that a reference to the song? Somebody that I used to know? You're always making references.
I mean,
And then you look me dead in the eyes and you go, you love it. And I say, I don't.
And my question is, are you by any chance destined to die in the next 3 months?
No.
Okay.
I was going to quit in 2 to 3 months.
Wait, what?
I'm going to quit from 2 to 3 months. Listen, I have a degree from Wisconsin, okay? I'm a proud Badger, and I have a degree in psychology myself, and I want to do something with it.
But you're doing important work here. I mean, all the people that we're helping. I mean, we're doing wonderful.
All the people that we could help if we just banded together and fought against the forces of darkness.
Hell, I'm back in the tavern.
Where were you before?
I was in. I don't know. Something weird is going on, guys.
You just ate that whole ham's leg.
A second ago, I think I was on Earth. I was in it looked like a hospital on Earth.
You've been here the whole time.
What was I talking about?
Same thing you usually talk about.
Buttholes and stuff.
Well, guys, I almost never talk about buttholes anymore.
I feel
Ask
like
Dr. Ward. Dr. Ward, I say less stuff about buttholes, right?
I mean, you've had a great obsession, of course, with child death for quite some time. I assume that's maybe what spurred this. Was you were a new parent, you weren't ready for the significant responsibilities, and
That's for sure.
One day in the back of a fast food restaurant, it happens. Your brain just disconnects and says, "I've got to find a world where everything works." We've tried to learn more about this place that you're living in, and whenever we ask you to come back, the response we always get is, "I don't want to talk about Earth stuff." Well, and that's all we can talk about here on Earth. So, are you willing to work with us? Are you willing to work with us this time?
Here on Earth.
Doctor, I do need to let you know that over the past few weeks, when Arnie is in his isolation, that he's been referring to you as the Loony Ward, and he keeps saying how he needs to go off and find the Loony Ward.
Okay, well, that's... I understand that he's quite the punster. Dr. Ward,
Yeah.
go find the Loony Ward. Sure,
Yeah.
I understand
A
how it
quest, I
works.
think he says, a quest
Yeah,
to find the Loony Ward.
I think you'll find, Mr. Hunt, that's a perfectly normal reaction with a patient, and I'm sure you're going to go off. I mean, we've got good patients here. We've got the lottery winner
My shift is almost
who
over.
who leaves the
Real quick.
plane
Wait,
crashed
the
on an
lottery
island.
winner-
My shift is almost over. We're about to change shifts here.
You're to shapeshift?
What? No, I'm about to change shifts.
He's going to change shifts. Just be sure you check in on that cheerleader who believes that she's fighting vampires.
Oh,
Can you
God.
do that for me?
Yeah.
Arnold.
Crunch time.
It's Arnie.
Okay. I should probably write that down. Here's what I want to do.
Okay.
Here's what I want to do. Let's take some time to talk about this mystical land where you go to when you need to find security and safety. Let's talk about. I mean, it's obviously a very erratically plotted world, but I think we can talk about some of the constants.
Erratically plotted.
Let's talk about-
Wait, hold on. Everything that's happening here in the Vermilion Minotaur, in the town of Hogsface, in the land of Foon, it totally makes sense.
I
mean,
think
look,
so.
there's a lot. I mean, it's a crazy, fantastical world. So then, obviously,
Crazy.
I mean, well, you know what I mean. It's
Fantastical.
different. It's different from my world, but so it's.
Yeah, we've talked
But I think there's
a lot about
there's
how
an
to-
internal logic. There's like a storyline that you can follow from week to week that I think builds over time.
Most certainly that is true. For if there is one constant in this world, it is the ever-present danger of the Dark Lord. And I, Usador, shall defeat this monstrosity. This pure embodiment of evil and darkness, and I shall do whatever it takes to bring him down and make sure that all the beautiful children and men and women and elves and dwarves and birds and badgers and badger kings and earthens on Foon are safe.
I mean, if anybody's crazy, he's crazy.
That's the magician that you know. Is that right?
Well, I think he's.
I'm a wizard. Wizards are born, magicians learn magic.
Hey, let me just
Well, you know
check
what?
if
Let's
I've got it.
dive into that in just a minute. We're gonna take a break. Dr. Ward, do you want anything from the bar?
Do I want anything from the bar?
Yeah, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna do a little sponsor stuff.
Dr. Ward, I was about to check out for my shift, and I noticed that in Arnie's room, the flower that we put on the windowsill is mangled and torn and ripped asunder.
I knew this was going to happen. We've got to stop putting the flower
What is
in
he
there.
doing to that flower? What does that flower do to him?
Look, you're right. Let's take a couple minutes. I'm going to explain to you how he is projecting his deeply rooted anger out onto objects like this. And so, would you like to take a couple moments?
Yeah, we're going to take a couple moments. We're going to take a quick break. Boys' night.
Boys' night.
Boys' night!
And we're back. So, Dr. Ward, I know what it's like to be a doctor on Earth, but what is it like? What does a doctor do on Foon?
Little.
Oh, okay. I don't think I know enough about Foon to answer that. I oversee the institute here. We've been working very hard to improve mental health throughout the Midwest. What do I do is there's of course a lot of paperwork, and I have to see like you patients here who we think we can help. Is that kind of the answer that you're looking for here, Arnie?
Ask him what sorts of spells he knows.
Oh, well, Usador, you can ask.
That's all right.
Well, Dr. Ward, what kind of spells can you do?
Well, we've had a lot of success with some new medications that we think can really provide an awakening for someone who's trapped into a mental state.
Oh, an awakening. Are we doing a kind of a Robin Williams thing where we all name...
What are you talking about?
Where we all name like the awakening. Oh, gosh, it's a Patch. Adam. Is that...
Dr. Ward, can I talk to you for a second?
Of course. Just hold on one moment, okay? Yeah.
I was just in Arnie's room, and you know that the winter mittens that we allowed him to wear?
Of course, it got very cold here at the institute.
Yes, he's arranged them in some very narrow, long pattern, and there's a piece of paper, and it's scrawled all these rules, and where in order to wear the mittens, there has to be a dead bird or Baskin Robbins. It's gibberish. It's pure gibberish.
It is. It's all part of the mania. Let's just please put it in the chart.
It's terrifying. And he took a raw potato and carved the word gorgeous into it.
Okay. I've needed to cut off the potatoes for quite some time.
We need to up his medication. He needs to take 2 or even 3 suppositories.
Okay, we will do that. I just don't want to see if you eat too much medication and there's just this rainbow of vomit that results. We have to pace it gently. Look, I'm sorry, Arnie.
That's all right. So, Dr. Ward, what kind of sex do you have? Is it like...
Now we're getting into it, baby.
Yeah, high five, Chuck.
Yeah.
Is it like, I don't know, like I know that's a very personal question. You don't have to answer it.
It's an extremely personal question.
But like, is it like a magical kind of thing?
You know,
Arnold.
Yeah.
Arnold.
Yeah.
Arnold.
Yes.
Arnold.
Yes.
Arnold.
Yes, Slippery, what?
Arnold, ask him how many buttholes he has.
Can I talk to you a moment about your companions in this world you live in?
Yeah, my boon companions.
Exactly. Now one of them you've explained is someone who changes shape. Mm-hmm. That's right. They can become anything.
Yeah, Chunt. Well, I mean, I refer to him as a talking badger, but he can shape shift whenever he has sex with an animal. I don't like to go into it.
Yeah, tell him.
I just want you to think about the practicality. Since you brought up the sex issue, this is this is the means by which he transforms into another state. Correct?
Yeah.
It's not really good evolution for that. I mean, you usually develop some sort of ability because it's going to protect you from predators. And so shapeshifting would actually be a tremendous ability to have. If you knew an enemy was coming along, you would change into that enemy. Mm-hmm. To be forced to stop and engage in intercourse with another creature in order to affect the change is a one-way ticket to extinction.
He brings up a good point, though. There are predators around every corner. Aye, the minions of the Dark Lord do even now surround us, Arnold. We are in constant danger.
I know we're in constant danger, Usador.
Don't ignore my warnings of danger.
I'm glad you mentioned the constant danger that seems to exist in the world that you're in. The magician,
I think he's a wizard. He's not a magician.
You're right. Okay, I'm sorry. It's Usador. Is that right?
Yes, Usador the blue.
Wizard.
It's Usador, wizard of the 12th realm.
The 12th realm of Ephesius, master of light and shadow, manipulator of magical delights.
That's right.
Devourer of chaos, champion of the great halls of Tarakas, known to the elves as Fiang Yalak, to the dwarves as Zonin and Hoogstanges, in the northeast as Gasmoenius.
Gasmoenius. Wait, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I forgot.
Are there other names that
there are other names that you probably don't know yet, but I forgot
Okay.
Feline Zelig, which is. I feel
Still the worst.
I'm interested that you bring that up. We, of course, tried to show you the motion picture Zelig to help you understand a character. The character portrayed is someone who is not able to exist in reality and thereby transforms himself into other things in order to hide himself. And I thought you might look at that character and say, oh, I see what's going on. This is me. And
that would have been good information to have this whole time.
And instead you just kept walking around saying Zelig.
Doctor?
Yes.
Am
yes.
I okay to go ahead and give John Bastion his injection?
Absolutely. John.
What?
Okay.
I don't want my injection.
It's going to be okay.
Okay.
It's going to be all right.
If he bites me, I swear to God.
I'm a biter.
Man, that Feline Zelig joke just never took off.
Don't bite me, John. Don't bite me.
All right. I promise.
This is. Do you know that that's why Jen left? You made Jen leave.
I
Jen
don't.
leave.
I didn't want to make Jane leave.
All right, let's...
Jane leave?
Jen leave.
Jane Levy's Frasier. Right? Guys, are we going to do that?
Let's do this. Let's put the rock in John's mouth. I know he thinks it's a magic rock, so if we can put the magic rock in...
Here, buddy. Here, you're going to fly. You're going to fly. Here you go.
That seems really unsafe.
And 1, 2, 3. There we go. Shh. Oh, yeah, baby. Yeah. Sleep time, baby. Sleep time, baby.
Falling asleep.
Like a nice little baby. Rockabye
feel-
baby. Rockin' mouth baby.
With Usador asleep, I feel very alone.
I know you.
And Chunt isn't Chunt.
There's a world waiting for you. There's a world out there waiting for you. You don't have to feel alone anymore.
You mean I could go home?
I mean, it's not going to be an immediate process. We have to reacclimate you to the world at large. A lot has gone on that you've missed.
You have many Niles to go.
Yeah, now's to go, baby.
I don't get those puns.
Now's to go.
Can I go home? What do I have to do to go home and see my wife and see my daughter?
There is nothing we would like more than for you to go home. I think this is what we need to do. Think back to how you got to this magical place. That's what we need to know. How did you leave Earth and end up in Foon? What was the method by which you got there?
What was the method?
Yes, think back and as much detail as you can, explain how you got yourself to this other place.
You want me to tell you how I traversed the dimension?
I think that's the only way. I think if we can find out how you did it, maybe that's the thing that will take you away from this Dark Lord forever.
From this Dark Lord forever.
Yes, if you'd like to leave this Dark Lord, then you will absolutely be able to do that.
Wait. Hold on. Dr. Ward, Dark Lord. And you know what? Fucking hell. A few minutes ago, you said Usador's whole fucking name from beginning to end accurately. How could I have ever told you that?
You don't know my name.
I can never get that thing right. I've heard that thing 50 some times.
Arnold.
I get it wrong every time. Well, stop fucking hitting me.
Here, Arnold,
Stop hitting me. Dr. Ward. Chunt. I miss you, buddy. I miss you.
Oh.
Usador,
I have you, Arnold.
let's hold hands. This is not weird.
What are you doing?
Dr. Ward, what's going on? What is going on?
We're trying to help you here. Everyone here at the Belleroth Institute wants to help you.
Fight back, Arnold. You can do it.
You know too much stuff about, you know too much Earth. Like, who are you? Who are you really?
I'm Dr. Mark Ward. I'm a graduate of Cornell University.
You look
and then
weird. You look weird around the edges.
I grew up by the lake next to the Big Apple.
By the lake next to the Big Apple. Those are Foon things.
I'm sure I've written that down somewhere from...
Written that down.
Could I entice you with a delicious plate of spiced potatoes?
Oh, well, that would be
Yum,
lovely.
yum, yum,
I'm Dr. Mark Ward. I am a graduate of Cornell University, and
Come back to us, Arnold.
What are you really, Dr. Ward?
The power of spiced potatoes compels you.
Oh, this is gross. Oh my God.
Ooh.
I am revealed.
Holy shit.
How have you done this? How you affected my revelation?
Well, you today face the triumvirate. Chunt, Arnold and Usador cannot be
It's Arnie.
defeated
It's
by
Arnie.
the dark forces of the Dark Lord. Take thyself away from this tavern, you piece of garbage.
He will be most displeased. His servant was here to gain the information of how you traveled between the two worlds. I cannot be found. I must go into hiding.
Face the light, critically-acclaimed.
Yeah, tell him Boys Night sent you.
Boys' night.
Boys Night.
You have learned the truth, but you will not catch Waltadine. You will not find me.
Walty.
Walty.day.
Walty.
Here's what we're going to do. On the count of three, all three of us say Gaelic-acclaimed, and it'll be Boys Light. 1, 2, 3. Gaelic-acclaimed. Boys Light.
So weak. So
That was sweet.
Could someone get me a rainbow bowl?
sure, man. Yeah.
Instead of a rainbow bowl for you, I have a blade.
Oh, that's
Ooh, you're not going to be able to hide that, Pierce.
Fraser stuff. So thank you, Walt Tatasnay, so much for being here on the podcast. I don't know, you put some kind of weird spell on me or something, so fuck you for that, but
needed to know the information of
sure.
travels in. Oh, this is a lot of blood.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It's like an award show in here.
Yeah. So I'd love to learn more about what it's like to be a monster or demon that messes with my brain, but, we're kind of running out of time. So, Chunt, did you get any emails this week?
Yeah, let me read an email here. This is to chunt@gmail.com. That's chunt with 6 T's.
Mm-hmm.
You can also reach me on Twitter at chunt with 6 T's. I took off that rune, and I am starving. Can you order me like a tossed salad and scrambled eggs?
Tossed salad and scrambled eggs.
Here we have an email from Daniel Stewart. Daniel writes, this is called Sanitation is the title here. After more than a year, I am still amazed at how unhelpful Arnie has been to Foon. It seems even an earthling with rudimentary knowledge could improve Foon's sanitation. Maybe Arnie could even reduce the levels of child death he seems so upset about. Sorry you got a failed podcaster and not some sort of doctor from Daniel. You know what, Daniel? No.
If we've learned anything today,
Yeah.
it's that doctors are the worst.
Yeah. Daniel, you know what? Arnie is a good friend of mine, and I will not tolerate any more emails disparaging my friend.
Thank you, Choo.
Okay? He's been an amazing friend, and I'm going to die soon, so no more.
We're going to save you.
Well,
We're
I'm
going
going
to
to die.
save
It's
you.
fine.
If you can save him, I'm just saying. You could save more than just him.
I smite thee.
Oh, God, so much blood. We caused so many messes in this place.
Nah, it's all right.
So much like shit and blood, mostly blood, but then shit, semen, all that stuff. Here, if you want to email me, you can email me at magictavern@puppies.supplies. It's a real email address, not something a crazy person made up. I got an email. I'd like to say that I often feel I relate to Chunt. His personality often reminds me of my own. Usador, you are an amazing wizard.
Thank you. I know.
Were we acquainted, I'd be asking for so many tiny horses with top hats and monocles. Arnie, please be less sad the entire time. Hey, it really brings the show down. Best regards from Earth, Ella. First of all, fuck you, Ella.
That's right. Nobody makes fun of Arnie except for
Yay!
me and Usador.
That's right.
And second of all, you know what, people is like, I think I'd be the Chunt of the show. I don't think that's right. People always mislabel themselves. It's like, I would be Samantha. No, you would be a Charlotte.
I'm sorry. Who was that email from again? Ella?
Ella.
Ella?
Ella.
Ella?
Ella.
I just couldn't remember.
It's starting to rain.
All right. Well, thank you so much, guys. Oh, and if you're listening at home to this podcast, give us some stars on iTunes. It will actively help us on our quest and will make everything better for everybody.
Can I ask you, I've always wanted to do something, and again, time's running out.
Sure.
Since it's raining, I've always wanted to fly a kite. Boys kite?
I hear a kazoo. Do you hear a kazoo?
Look, if this were not real and made up, I would get more of the jokes. If this were all in my mind, every joke would make sense to me. Boy, you are not looking good.
Ooh, he should have had some bronze on, because that Pierce is not looking good.
Really? That's what we're doing? The mental institution card? Well, great. Craig, clear my schedule, burn all the dry cleaning, and have all the members of Book Club executed. We have a lot to deal with. It's not every week we manage to steal from Star Trek The Next Generation, The Magicians, and 4 other things I can think of off the top of my head in one go.
I think Tarantino calls that homage.
Impressive. Needless to say, none of this is really happening, but just for the sake of stretching an already thin metaphor to the breaking point, John Sebastian was played by human actor Matt Young. Mr. Hunt was played by Adil Rafai. Dr. Ward was played by special guest Shane Wilson, who is yet another member of World News Tonight. Bungaree Chubbins was played by Tom Gottlieb. Craig, finish up. I'm going to go paint a picture of my feelings.
Hello from the Magic Tavern was produced by Arnie Niekamp, Evan Jacover, and Ryan D. Georgie. This one edited by Ryan D. Georgie. Music by Andy Poland, logo by Allard Laban, extra sound design by Jason Knox. Visit us at hellofromthemagictavern.com or on Facebook or Twitter or Earwolf. And thanks to Earwolf and also the Chicago Podcast Co-op. What else?
Craig, if they say this was all a dream next week, I will literally melt whoever is nearby, and you're the only person who's nearby.
Okay, you need to lie down.
Well, that's it. He's retreated even deeper into his inner psyche. I think we've lost him this time.
Doctor, the thing I don't understand is he's built this incredible, rich, deep, fantastical world.
No, I mean, there's so much in there that he's
so much to
devised for
explore,
himself.
so much to explore, and yet he stays in the tavern the whole time?
I think that's the thing about a psychotic
It
break.
doesn't make sense.
No. All right, do you want to come back to my office and listen to a podcast?
Ugh, no.
Yeah, you're right.
From the right, I'm Mark Hard.
And from the left, I'm Pete Hard.
And we're the hosts of Hard Nation. We're covering all the biggest stories this election season on Earwolf, while talking to your very favorite politicians like Ted Cruz.
May I have a little more time? Is it my turn to talk?
His face is getting
Do I get a
very
chance to
close
talk
to my
now?
face.
Hillary Clinton.
To little girls out there who are trying to do things, just do it. You'll fail and a man will do it for you.
Donald Trump.
If I became president, I would bronze every immigrant child and I would attach them to naval ships.
Listen to Hard Nation today, America, on Earwolf, Howl, iTunes, or your favorite podcast app.
Get hard.
This has been an Earwolf production. Executive produced by Scott Aukerman, Adam Sachs, and Chris Bannon. For more information and content, visit earwolf.com.